What have I been hearing for the last, I don't know, year? Oh, TK, you're wrong. If if Trump really wanted to make diesel deletes legal, why would his EPA continue to sue EZ Lynk? And they're going after all of this software on phones. What did I say when that shit happened? What did I say? Do we got to go back and pull up the videos? When I told you, I said, this is not the president. I said, there's probably still people left over from the last administration that are complete retards. And that's why this is happening. And when the administration finds out about it, like today, it gets dismissed with prejudice. Oh, that's right. I told you so. Guys, before we get into today's video, we got to talk about the giveaway that's going on the channel. We just launched the combo packs that allows you to get in on the Durango Hellcat as well as the Ram TRX, the 2022 with 37,000 miles. The thing is immaculate. It's probably 1A or 1B, the nicest one we've done. So if you want to get in on both, those are up for the first 5 orders at their different tiers before they go back to normal. If you want to get in on them, now's the time to do it. Link in the description down below, tksgarage.bigcartel.com. Now, there's also multipliers that are up there. If you use coupon code TK400, you'll get a discount off that one. That's new. And TK250 will get you a discount off the 250X as well. You can always use coupon code TK to get a discount across everything on the site as well. So if you want to get in on it, now is the time to do it. Link in the description down below, tksgarage.bigcartel.com, because they will sell out fast. All right, so let's get into this. Oh, you don't say. The Trump administration moved to dismiss the high-profile Clean Air Act civil lawsuit against EZ Lynk. Remember all of these how do I say this without fuck it? Dick riding California Air Resource Board ball sucking swing from the nuts of Gavin Newsom swinging YouTubers. You know who I'm talking about. The most YouTubers that are out there when it comes to this shit. Because they consistently get proved wrong and wrong. I always put the links in my description. Link these nuts. Link these nuts. Because, again, speaking of link, dismissed. So all the, okay, it's not criminal anymore, but they're still going to sue. They're still going to sue, and they're still going to get people for money. Well, I guess you're fucking wrong again. Guess you're wrong again. Now what? Now what are they going to do? What you going to do? You're going to pray to your little environmental retards? You're going to go hug a tree? What are you going to do now? I told you, TK, they're going to get all the data and all the shit, and they're going to sue. How'd that work out? That's just because they beat no, they didn't beat the case. Let's get into it directly. In a joint court filing submitted on July 10th, the Department of Justice, that would be the government. Some people don't understand that. Some people are fucking retarded. They think California is the government, but they're not. In a joint filing submitted July 10th, the Department of Justice and EZ Lynk agreed to scrap the civil emissions tampering case in the U.S. District Court. This sudden dismissal is part of a broader aggressive push by the Trump administration to roll back federal emissions enforcement. How long have we been saying that that's coming? Oh, that's right. Shift EPA policies and protect automotive aftermarket rights. Well, guess what? Guess what's part of those aftermarket rights? Diesel repair kits. You notice I didn't call it a delete because it's a repair. Key details of the decision. Scrapping the subpoenas. The decision to drop the lawsuit follows a major legal defeat for federal prosecutors in late June 2026 when a federal judge blocked the DOJ's nearly unprecedented attempt to force Apple, Google, Amazon, and Walmart to hand over the names and data of over 100,000 EZ Lynk app users. Next, dropping criminal and not just criminal and because remember this was their big sticking point. They're still gonna sue TK. They're still gonna fucking sue. They're still gonna go get their money. What happened to that? That's right. They dropped the criminal and civil cases. Oh. The administration had already dropped related criminal prosecutions against diesel tuners earlier in the year. This final civil filing officially brings an end to the federal government's multi-year litigation against EZ Lynk itself. Mass presidential pardons. Oh, this is just win. And the nut swingers from the California Air Resource Board, they're like, no, as they just get ball sweat right in their mouth. That's all they get, ball sweat. You ain't getting nothing. No wins, L's. Mass presidential pardons. Accompanying these policy shifts, President Trump issued executive pardons to at least 9 different diesel mechanics and tuners. What else did I hear this week? Oh, TK, all the people that pardoned weren't just diesel delete people. You know, my daddy used to tell me this when I was a kid. You can't fix stupid. Or he'd say with his Irish accent, these fucking retards. Yeah, you fucking retards. Oh, man. 9 different diesel mechanics and tuners who had been criminally convicted under the Clean Air Act for installing delete tunes. Oh, but they're not going to move or make it okay for you to delete/repair your diesel truck? No. They're going to make sure that people pay that violated this arbitrary bullshit that never is supposed to apply to these vehicles anyway. Oh, who said that? Yeah. We told you this was coming. I told you this was coming in August of last year. Where are the carb nut swingers at now? I'm listening. I'm waiting. They've been convicted under the Clean Air Act for installing delete tunes and emission defeat devices. The administration argued these individuals were persecuted. This is what the administration and the DOJ, that is the Department of Justice, you fucking retards, okay? Listen closely. The administration argued that these individuals were persecuted for simply, now this is the key word, fixing. They were persecuted for fixing or modifying their own vehicles. But the Trump administration doesn't want to make diesel deletes legal, right? Cool story, bro. Here's the thing. Anybody with I know people that probably have a 60-something IQ can understand what's going on here. Some of you guys are trying to do mental gymnastics to be like, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to happen. Well, guess what? When it does change and you get left behind, don't then flip to be the dick rider that says, I told you guys this was going to happen. No, you guys have been like, no, they're not legalizing shit. They're not moving anything towards doing anything for diesel deletes. Really? That's your position. That's where you're going to stand, huh? Whew. God, the level of just retardedness. And one of the massive wins, the right to repair memo. Prior to dropping the lawsuit, Trump signed a White House executive memo directed at the EPA declaring that Americans have the right to fix and modify their vehicles as they see fit. Oh, no. Well, does it mean that? Listen to it again. Americans have the right to fix and modify their own vehicles as they see fit. That is the verbatim text. Heavily scaling back the agent's ability to police aftermarket tuners. Do you get the memo now? Is it starting to click in your brains? Are you ready to let go of the ball sack of the California Air Resource Board? Huh? Oh, and you're gonna be like, oh, you don't cite any of your sources. Google, bro. Like, you can't be this dumb, man. It's right here. Even local news places in California are covering this shit, and they're losing their shit. Here's you can just pull up the news articles, and it talks about it. And it talks about significantly opening the market and letting people be able to do what they want with their own property, which they never should have had regulations or laws on the books to keep people from doing what the fuck they wanted with their own shit anyways. Period. And that's across the board. I'm not even talking about just cars. You could add guns to that list, aircraft, whatever you want. It's mine. I can do what I want with it. So it says the pardons come, this is just from the local news. The pardons come after Trump on Monday signed a memo telling the EPA that Americans can fix their own vehicles or modify them as they see fit. As he signed the memo, Trump referenced a diesel mechanic he pardoned last year who disabled emission monitoring systems. That's when the president was going, I can't believe they would put somebody in jail for fixing their vehicle. Didn't say delete, fixing. Because the diesel exhaust fluid systems on these trucks, I love the environmental retards that go, well, we have to have it to save the environment. How bad do you think it is on the environment when these guys are having to replace or tear down or rebuild their fucking engines every 150,000 miles? Or replace these friggin' DEF systems that are highly caustic? Like that fluid that's used, not to mention, it fucks up the bees. You continue to do it as long as you want, talking about saving the environment, and you make the bees retarded enough, that means you have no food. Nothing's going to get pollinated. Them suckers ain't moving around. Oh, there's birds and stuff. Yeah, okay. I hear the argument, well, it's not just the bees. Cool story. I've already made this argument, and I've said it multiple times. People have proven it. You can find the videos here on YouTube. If you have a proper tune on a diesel truck with none of those emissions on it, it will put out less NOx and less emissions than a vehicle that has all of that shit on it that does nothing but brake. Told you so. Been telling you so. Gonna continue to tell you so. And I'll continue to talk about these retards in California and other places that are pro, restricting diesel or freedom, because that's what it comes down to. In case you didn't know, it has nothing to do with your truck, right? It has to come down with, if the government can put you in jail for doing something to your own property, you don't have freedom. And I think it's awesome that the president has seen this. I'm glad that we have a very good possibility of just codifying this in law now. Not just the president doing what he's doing in the memo and the EPA pulling back these regulations, but also codifying it in law by pushing and passing the Diesel Truck Liberation Act. I think it's common sense. The EPA is already pushing for more congressional review acts to pull all of the power away from California, meaning they no longer can set their own stuff. And I think you put that together with the Diesel Truck Liberation Act and you snip the nuts, so to speak. You cut the balls off of all this environmental bullshit. And I think costs go down across the board for transporting food, equipment, products, services. It's not rocket science. If your maintenance goes way down, and and trucks, people want to buy trucks, people that don't have to pay an extra 30 grand in price on a truck, and I'm talking about semi trucks because it has all this emissions bullshit on it, you're gonna have more trucks, nicer trucks on the road, more efficient trucks on the road, more efficient trucks that are more reliable, meaning more reliability, less maintenance, lower costs for consumers when they're transporting stuff. This is common sense, man. This is all this is. This is actual common sense. And I'm glad that the president's finally doing something about it. So I had you guys commenting or messaging me about what I thought about this this lawsuit, for the government moving to dismiss the civil lawsuits now against people that were being sued. Now, I'll do a separate video on will the government give people back their money, because I did reach out to somebody at press in the administration. I got some shocking news there. I think some people are going to be in really good shape here really soon. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.